Hello there, Team Memorex, and welcome to Let's Get Visible, Visible. I want to get visible. Let's get into visible. All right, so welcome to another edition, day 15 of Let's Get Visible, the live stream. 30 days, I'm going live on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Why? Well, first of all, to give you some game when it comes to LinkedIn and other ways to market your business and to increase your visibility and to set yourself apart from the competition, your competition. Anybody who wants to come try test you and take away your customers, I'm here to help you say, no, no, no. You can't take my customers away from me now. Okay, I guess I'm no Sister Nancy. Okay, anyways, nice to have you here. So thank you so much for tuning in. Got a lot to cover tonight on Friday night. Did my camera just go? Okay, I'm back. On a Friday night, this is what I'm doing. I'm here hanging out with you. Am I here? Am I here? Okay, all right. I guess I'm back. I'm back. All right. So I know that you didn't come here to hear me talk about my computer woes and how I need to get my computer up to speed. So let's just get right into it. In the captions, I said we're going to be covering 5 reasons why you're not getting results on LinkedIn. And maybe it's not you, maybe it's just people that you know that they might have said to you, you know what? Yeah, I have a LinkedIn profile, but I haven't touched it in years. I tried to go on there, but it didn't seem to work for me. So I'm on other platforms. And a lot of times people may say that, but what's really happening is that they probably are committing one of these 5 mistakes that I'm going to cover with you right now. You want to know what those 5 mistakes are? Let me tell you. Number one, mistake number one. Mistake number one is their profile is like a dollar store vanilla cake, like one of those store-bought vanilla cakes. They are plain, they don't taste good, they have really cheap quality icing on them, and they really just taste bad. It's like a waste of calories. They're boring. They're boring like dollar store-bought vanilla cake. And the same thing with their profile. Their profile is boring, like Dollarama. No, not Dollarama. Take that back. Woo! Like dollar store, like dollar store vanilla cake, plain vanilla cake. Nothing stands out about their profile. Nothing at all. Maybe it's even worse that maybe it's boring. They it's old, like one of those old Dollarama. I take that back. old dollar store cakes, the ones that's been sitting on the shelf for too long. And the same thing like with their profile, they put things on there back in 2012, but haven't updated it. So it's old, it's stale, it's boring. Their profile needs to be jazzed up, it needs to be optimized, it needs to be updated. You have to think of it like this. When you're going to meet somebody, if you're wearing clothes from last decade that really look dated, you think anybody's really going to want to be talking with you and hanging out with you and stuff, right? No. So you want to make sure that your profile is up to date, it's optimized, you have information in your profile that is appealing and attractive and sparks interest in the minds of the people that you want to connect with. All right? No boring profiles allowed anymore. That's number one. Okay? So people just don't take time to spruce up or to complete their profile. And then they wonder why they're not getting anywhere. Well, when someone looks at their profile, they realize, boy, I don't even recognize the person in that picture. They don't look the same, or their employment is not up to date. It's showing something from 2, 3, jobs ago, right? So you want to make sure that your profile is popping. No more dollar store, old at the back of the shelf, plain vanilla profiles. Okay, that's number one. Another reason why people are not getting anywhere with LinkedIn, or they say that they're not, and this could be one of the problems, is they're acting like the invisible man or woman on LinkedIn. Now, the invisible man has a purpose, right? I guess his job was to go in and solve cases and do things like that, right? But when you're on LinkedIn, you don't want to be invisible. You don't want to be like the person that's holding up the wall at the dance party. You know, the dance is going on, music is pumping, it's all good. And then, they're at the back, leg up on the wall and just holding it up like they're saving a spot for somebody. So they're invisible. No one sees them. When you're on LinkedIn, you want to be the center of attention. You want to be the life of the party. How do you be the life of the party? Well, you share content. You engage on other people's content. You add value to the community and to the platform, right? You get seen, and you get seen by being active, right? By busting out your dance moves if you were at the party instead of just holding up the wall. How many people do you know they have LinkedIn profiles and they're on LinkedIn, but all they do is they just scroll. They don't comment. They don't engage. They don't post. They don't do anything. You don't want to you don't want to be one of those people. And for some people who you probably come across, that's probably exactly what they're doing. They have a profile, they've had it for years, but no one knows that they're there. So we have to change that. We have to be the one busting out the moves in the center of the dance floor. We have to bring attention to ourselves. Remember, let's get visible. Let's get visible, baby. All right. So that's number two. That's reason number two why they probably weren't getting any action or results by being on the platform. Now, reason number three is they're trying to be the grade schooler trying to crash a high school party. Now, what do I mean by that? As you spend time to grow your network, you're going to have more and more people in your network, more quality people in your network. And when you start to connect with somebody, someone will say, when you send a connection request, they're going to see, okay, well, I have 20, 30, 40, 50 mutual connections. All right. So you're going to have a large enough network so that when someone sees your profile and you send out a connection request, or you somehow come across them, they're going to notice, okay, well, you've been around enough, right? You're not in grade school. You're not a freshman. You're like a senior. You have a network. You've built up some relationships. And so they'll be more apt to accept your connection request when you send them one. Now, a lot of times people say, okay, well, I have a network. I have a profile and I have 50 connections, but yet I'm going to go with my 50 connections and start to connect with people who I don't know and who have a network. All right. When you send out connection requests and try to connect with people who you can help and who that you can do some things with, but yet you are still with very few connections in your network, don't try to go and connect with people who have thousands of people already built and they've built up their network. Because when they see your connection request and they check out your profile and they say, well, I only have one mutual connection, or you don't have any, then they're not very likely to want to accept your connection request. Think about it. It's like, okay, well, we don't have anybody that's really we're connected with, no mutual friends. Even if a lot of your connection requests, you may not know them in person, but you still have taken time to grow your network on LinkedIn. When you see someone who just looks like they just came on the platform yesterday, they're not going to be so quick to want to, or you're probably not going to be so quick to want to say, okay, well, I'm going to accept their connection request. You're going to think, okay, well, they're just, maybe they're not, might not be a real person, or if they are a real person, they're just getting started. They don't have anything to add. Your network doesn't look like anything. Okay, so you don't want to be like that grade schooler thinking that they're going to go to a high school party. All right, build up yourself, build up your network, build up your network. And then, so when you connect with people, or you try to connect with people and engage with people, then they're going to say, okay, well, yeah, they have a good solid network. All right, that's one reason. A lot of people, and they'll send out connection requests and wonder why people are not accepting it. Well, it's because their network is really small and they don't have a lot of mutual connections. So, what do you do about that? Well, the first thing that you want to do is spend time connecting with people that you know. Okay, so go through your coworkers, all of your colleagues, your team members, um, people from church, from the PTA, from your neighborhood, your family, past employers, past schoolmates, everybody that you know, connect with them on LinkedIn. That's easy, because what that will do is that will help the chances of them accepting your connection request will be a lot higher because you actually know them. All right. So build up your network as fast as you can using the people that you know. And then once you do that, then there might be other people that, because you have then started to connect with everybody that you know, they're probably connected with people that you knew, but you didn't even remember. And then you connect with them. And that's how you can quickly grow your network, at least to get over that 500 mark. Get over the 500 mark. Even if you don't have to have a necessarily huge network, like thousands upon thousands upon thousands. But when someone looks at your profile and it says 348 or 426, just in your mind, it just seems okay. They just were new on the platform. So get over the 500 mark as soon as you can. Okay. And start to build up with people that you know, and then it'll snowball from there. Okay. All right. So that was number 3. Now, before I tell you the other 2 ways, reasons why people aren't having success on LinkedIn, I want to do my daily draw for a $200 hotel savings card that's good at over 1 million hotels and resorts around the world, over 8,000 car rental companies, and thousands of excursions and activities all around. Okay, so it's a great hotel savings card, and it will be my pleasure to give someone that today. I've been slacking on sending them out, but I'm going to send out everybody's. I've sent out most. I've sent out most. I'll be honest. I kind of slip because after I finish here, I'm like, okay, as soon as I finish this live stream, then I get up and I leave, and I should just do it right away. Okay, that's what I'm going to do tonight. Whoever wins tonight, I'm going to do it before I get up to leave. Okay, so who's the winner? And the winner is Linda C. Linda C. Yay! Woohoo! You have just won yourself a $200 hotel savings card. And as soon as I'm finished, I'm going to send you an email and I'm going to get your email address. I'm going to send you a message on LinkedIn, get your email address so that I can send it off to you. All right. Thank you so much for engaging on the live stream. And if you want to win tomorrow's draw, all you have to do is say what your name is, say hi, stop in, say hi, say your name, tell me where you're tuning in from, ask any questions in the comments, and engage. All right, and then you'll be entered in tomorrow's draw. All right, congratulations, Linda. Okay, now back to the 5 reasons why you may not be getting the results you hope to get on LinkedIn. So reason number 4 is you have an okra vibe. You have an okra vibe. So you know what okra is? You know the vegetable? Okra, when you cut it and you cook it, it gets kind of slimy, and it's not a it does it you either like okra or you don't. And if you don't like okra, it's probably because it's slimy. Well, that can be sometimes how your people perceive you as a okra. And why I say that is when you send out connection requests, do you send out a connection request that either just smells of a sales pitch? It doesn't seem genuine. It it just gives you the heebie-jeebies, like you know that the person really is just either saying things about you. I looked at your profile and it seems like you're really doing good things in whatever industry you're in, and you just know that the moment you accept that connection request, you're going to be bombarded with dozens of messages saying, you know, it would be, this is what I do. Oh, thanks for connecting. This is what I do. How about you just book a call with me? And I'd love to show you all that I do. It's like, I don't know you. I just met you and I didn't even really meet you. We just got connected. So when that happens and when you do and you're so pushy and it's just slimy, it really can make people either unfriend you or unconnect from you or just totally ignore you. And you don't want to be someone who is totally ignored. You don't even want to be someone who's totally ignored before they even accept your connection request, right? I mean, that's even worse when you send out a connection request and it just reeks of bad salesmanship, that you click that I don't even know that person button. So you don't even connect with them and already you're rejecting them. And you don't want to be that person, and then you don't want to be the person that after you connect with them, then all you get you after someone connects with you, then all you keep doing is just sending all these bad messages, and then they unconnect with you. So you want to avoid that. I mean, I get them all the time, and it's like clockwork. It's just so cheesy. It's just so cheesy, some of the messages that I get. And then I'm circling back to make sure that maybe you're busy, and then I'll get the Laura question mark Laura question mark. It's like, obviously I'm not responding, and I know that a lot of times people do this and they may have someone doing it for them, or they may think that works, going for the hard sell right away and then just keep sending these messages that it's like, I've shown you I'm not interested, but yet you keep sending these messages. Or the messages just really sound like fake compliments, but you know that they said the exact same thing to everybody, and it doesn't really, too fast, too fast, too fast. So that could be number 4. That's reason number 4. Don't be like okra. Don't be an okra, a LinkedIn okra type user. Okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. All right. And number 5 is, and this is when we're talking about on the more of the company vibe. When you know what it's like when you have a bunch of bugs and you spray Raid and they go all over the place, scattering, doing their own thing, you know? Or, like crabs in a bucket. Everybody's just doing, there's no sense of unity. There's no sense of purpose or plan. Everybody's just scattering, doing their own thing, thinking it's going to work. You don't want to have that happen to you. That's another reason that some people don't get the results they're expecting. And this is more a lot for, you know, I own a company and I have 10 employees, and we don't have a plan in place as to how we are going to use LinkedIn to build networks, to increase our visibility as a company and as individuals, and to really set ourselves apart from the competition. Everybody's doing their own thing. Some people are doing nothing. Other people are posting content that really is not helping to to excel, to elevate the business or the brand. Other people are making content or commenting in a way that really, if they worked for me, they'd be gone, right? They're not. Some people just engage in some foolishness as far as there are not as much as other places, but there are posts that get sent and then everybody just really, really, maybe they just show themselves, right? And you don't know that this is what your employee might be doing or your team member might be doing because you don't have a plan in place. You have not trained them or given them training to understand how to properly use the platform, how to properly engage on the platform. So everybody's just doing their own thing. And that doesn't help you as a business. It doesn't help at all. So, how do you change this and correct it so that when someone sees anybody from your business or your organization on the platform, they expect a certain level of professionalism, of good manners, right? How do you do that? Well, you invest in them and you show them how you want them to engage on the platform. What are some great networking and connection tips? What are some ways that you can create content? And then you create content together, or you have a group people, however you want to do it. You want to have it as a team, you want to have certain ambassadors, you want to hire someone to do that and be your LinkedIn um, content manager. There's different ways to do it, but you definitely want people to understand how to use the platform so they're using it properly. Really, what you should do is you should hire me. Yeah, yeah, I'm saying it. You should hire me to come in and get everybody on your team up to speed with how to use LinkedIn, how to show up on LinkedIn, how to build up networks and build up client relationships and vendor relationships and community relationships. Very important. So you definitely want to make sure that you invest in your team so that they are properly trained on how to use LinkedIn. Then you don't have to worry about looking like, you know, some little insects after a can of Raid is being sprayed. All right. Okay. So those are the 5 ways that you can, the 5 reasons why people are not getting results on LinkedIn. And I gave you some ways as to how to correct it. So just in case that person is you or someone that you know what to do. All right. So that's it for now. I was going to go to the mall to get something, but I don't think I'm going to catch it. So I'm going to go somewhere else. And I'm going to, no, first of all, I'm going to message Linda. And then second of all, I'm going to go do my errand. And then you know what? I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow, oh yeah, okay, couple things. Tomorrow I'm going to I said I was going to be doing a draw for a, a, a few hotel complimentary hotel getaways, right? To Niagara Falls, to Ottawa, and then to Vegas. I think I said those three. I'm going to do one tomorrow. So I'm going to get everybody's names that have um, participated in on these live streams over the last 15 days because we are at the halfway mark. Today's the 15th. And I'm going to give one of them away tomorrow. And then coming up next week, so you have to come in and tune in for that tomorrow. And then coming up next week, I am ready to start inviting some of my guests, some friends to add that elevated experience to this live stream. I have Mark DeLeon on Monday. I have Lionel Logo on Tuesday talking about video. Mark's going to be talking about podcasting and marketing, but he has a podcast and he's great with marketing and he's got a lot of wealth of experience and wealth of ideas to share. And then Wednesday, I have my Rethink LinkedIn Masterclass happening at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then after that, I'm going to come on live. Maybe I may have one or two attendees join me. And then Thursday, I have Margaret Wallace. She is amazing. Oh my gosh. She's going to be talking about, she is, what did we say to get? It was she was a, she's a visionary as far as preventative health is concerned, and great marketer. Lots of deep, insightful info to share. It's going to be fun. And then Friday, Susan Fromstein is going to be here. We're going to be talking about, so you want to write a book. We have a book workshop coming up in November. We're going to be talking all about that, giving some insight, giving some tips, getting you all excited to learn how to write your own book. All right, so we have a packed lineup next week. But before we get to next week, you need to tune in tomorrow, all right, to see who's going to win that first hotel getaway stay, the complimentary hotel getaway. You got to tune in tomorrow. All right, so on that note, I think I've covered it all. It's been fun. Halfway through the 30 days of lives with Laura. Hope that you're getting some ideas on how to get visible. All right, hopefully that helped you. And on that note, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. See you tomorrow. Okay. Take care. Peace.